Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Thank you for your coming in our presentation. In the next few time, we will talk about X-ray film. And my name is Terani Kananda Jaya Saputra, and there is my friend Agnes Maria Dizar Diana, Aura Alivia Mitya, Rian Brilian Fatsena, Rida Yufatin Purwani, Sesio Ahmad Suryandaru, Sakira Aulia Putri. And for the presentator, we have Aura Alivia Mitya, Agnes Maria Diza, and Sakira Aulia Putri. For our presentator, the time is yours.
Hello everyone. Today, in about a few minutes, I would like to talk about history of X-ray film. History of X-ray film. X-ray were discovered in 1895 by Wilhelm Conrad Roentgen, who was a professor at the University of Würzburg, Germany, working with a cathode ray tube in his laboratory. Roentgen observed a glowing crystal beam on a table near the tube. The tube Roentgen used consists of a glass casing with positive and negative electrodes packed inside. The air in the tube is evacuated, and when a high voltage is applied, the tube produces a fluorescent glow. One of Roentgen's first experiments in late 1895 was a film about the hands of his wife, Bertha. It is interesting that the use of X-ray was the first for industrial application because Roentgen produced a radiograph from a set of loads in a box to show his colors. Roentgen's discovery was a science boom and was received with great interest by both science and ordinary people. Science everywhere can duplicate their experiment because cathode tubes were very popular during these periods. Much enthusiasm arose about the potential application of rays as aids in medicine and surgery. Within a month of the announcement of the findings, several medical radiographs had been made in Europe and the United States, which were used by surgeons to guide them in their work. In June 1896, just 6 months after Roentgen announced his discovery, X-rays were used by battlefield doctors to find bullets in wounded soldiers. Prior to 1912, X-rays were of little use outside the field of medicine and dentistry. Also, several metal X-rays have been produced. The reason that X-rays were not used in industrial application before this date is because the X-ray tubes breaks down under the fuel tank required to produce a beam of satisfactory penetrability for industrial use. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for your kind introduction. It is my pleasure to speak to you about X-ray film. X-ray film display the radiographic image and consists of emulsion, single or double, of silver halide, silver bromide, AgBr is most common, which when exposed to light, produce a silver ion, Ag+, and an electron. Types. First, screen types film, faster when used with intensifying screen conventional, orthochromatic, or green sensitive. Second, direct exposure type, used for dental exposure. Third, mammography film, designed to be used with single intensifying screen. Fourth, duplicating film, used to copy radiograph. And now I will explain about the component of the X-ray film. The component of the X-ray film, first, supercoat or overcoat, is the base layer that protect the film, which is generally called the anti-stress layer, made of hard gelatin. Second, substratum is the its layer, the emulsion film, and the base film, made from a mixture of cellulose, gelatin, and acetone. Third, base film is the base layer of film which functions as a place to attack the emulsion layer and transmit light so that the image can be displayed. The property of the film base are flexible and strong. Thank you.
Work principle X-ray film. Exposure adjustments are made by comparing the duplicate to the original, because duplicating film is a positive emulsion. Exposure adjustments are the opposite of those used for radiographic film. For example, a darker duplicate is produced by decreasing exposure time. A subtraction image is produced by selecting the contrast medium radiograph, from which a subtraction print is decided, and using the following procedure. Work principle X-ray film. The first, a clean radiograph requiring duplication is placed on the glass plate and can centered using the view light control. Second, the view light is switched off. Under safe light, a duplicating film of appropriate size is placed emulsion down on the original radiograph to be duplicated, not in lower left, means the emulsion is facing the operator. Third, the lid is attached lightly to achieve good film-to-film contact. Fourth, the timer is set and the exposure is made in the duplicating mode. 5. Good film are removed from the glass plate. The duplicating film is processed and the original is returned to storage. Next. Example of modality application X-ray film. Special application film. Most special applications require single emulsion films. Also, some have a pure gelatin coating on one side to avoid sintering and curling during processing. Mammography and the tail extremity radiography film have developed as fine a grain film sensitive to a single screen. Duplication film is designed to provide an exact image of the original film. Diagnostic radiographers are actually negative because they receive the blacks and whites of the subject white bone. Cineradiography film is 35 mm roll film, exactly like the film used in most single-lens reflex cameras, or 16 mm roll film is seldom used. Fluoroscopy spot film can be accomplished with screen film, but is often done with 70 mm tall film or 105 mm film chips. Below is a summary table of the common imaging modalities, depending on the tissue being imaged, the urgency of the investigation, and the level of detail required. Any of these techniques might be preferred. Thank you.
Thank you all for your sharing about X-ray film. Now we can conclude that exposure adjustments are made by comparing a duplicate with the original, because the duplicate film is positive emulsion. The exposure setting is the opposite of that use the radiographic film. In safe light condition, place the unexposed reduction mass emulsion film downward on the Scott radiograph. In Cephalid condition also, place an unexposed reduction printed emulsion film down onto parallel film. The reduction print film was evaluated for adequate density and exposure adjustment made if necessary. For who have a question, you can keep that for this time and tell us in the next time we meet. Thank you.